Have you ever wondered why, even though you try your best, you always seem to be one step behind in the seduction game? Before we start, I want you to do something important. Like this video now and subscribe to the channel. This simple action helps us bring you more content that, like this, can completely change the way you deal with women and, more importantly, with yourself. Now let's get straight to the point. You need to know that the problem is not with them, but with you. And no, this is not to diminish you, but to open your eyes. What makes a woman seem difficult to you is not a characteristic of her. It is your inability to understand the rules of the game. And, my friend, this game has very simple rules, but it requires something you probably don't yet have: clarity about how things really work. Today, we're going to dismantle the lies you're told and build the foundation that will transform your interactions with women. Number 1. How understanding the female mind can simplify everything. Have you ever stopped to think about how the feminine universe seems to be a mystery to you? This happens because you have been conditioned to believe that women are impossible enigmas to decipher. But here's the truth. Women aren't difficult. You're the one who doesn't know what you're looking for. They show you who they are all the time, but you're too busy trying to impress them instead of paying attention. Do you know what women really want? They want to be understood without you making a big deal out of it. Stop thinking that you need to be the guy who will solve their lives or do everything to gain approval. Start paying attention between the lines, because women speak much more through actions than words. Number 2, the main signs women give when they are interested. And here's the secret. Women always leave clues. If you're racking your brain trying to guess if she's interested, you're already off to a bad start. Interested women don't play complicated games. They leave the way clear for you to move forward, as long as you know what to watch for. A long look, a smile that lasts a little longer, questions that indicate curiosity about your life. These are all clear signs that she is, at the very least, open to the possibility of something happening. The problem is that you ignore these signs because you are too worried about your own insecurity. Raise your head and start observing. Stop asking others what to do and start noticing what she is already telling you. But be careful. If these signs are not present, back off. Nothing is more pathetic than insisting on something that clearly isn't there. Number 3, the importance of listening more than talking in interactions. Do you want to know the biggest mistake men make? They talk too much. No, you don't need to tell your entire life in one meeting. And you definitely don't need to pretend to be someone you're not. What you need is to listen. Women love to talk about themselves, and that's not a bad thing. It's a golden opportunity for you to understand what really matters to her. When you listen, you not only show that you are interested, but you also learn exactly how to guide the interaction into something deeper. Listening is not passivity. It's strategy. Stop interrupting, trying to impress with stories that no one asked for, and start really absorbing what she's telling you. This gives you immense power to respond in a way that makes her feel like you understand her like no one else. Number 4, why confidence is your most powerful weapon. And here is the key to everything: trust. If you don't believe in your own worth, why do you think a woman would? Confidence is not about appearing arrogant or thinking you are better than others. It's about knowing exactly who you are and what you have to offer. It's about walking into a room and not caring if everyone is looking at you, because you know that what matters is how you feel about yourself. Women are drawn to confidence like moths to light. And guess what? You don't need to fake confidence, you can build it. Start by taking care of yourself, your body, your mind, and your life. Stop waiting for a woman to make you happy and start being happy on your own. This is the basis of everything. Number 5, tips for deciphering what a woman really means. Have you ever heard that phrase, "It's not what she says, but how she says it"? Well, that's the purest truth. Women will rarely tell you directly what they want. They will show you through gestures, facial expressions, and subtle changes in tone of voice. If you're lost at this point, start paying attention to patterns. If she constantly changes the subject when you try to be direct, she may be uncomfortable. If she laughs at all your jokes, even the bad ones, she's probably interested. But here's the biggest tip. Stop trying to take everything literally. Use context and, above all, trust your intuition. If something seems wrong, it probably is. And if it seems like she's interested, move forward with confidence. Number 6, the key to creating instant emotional connection. If you think that conquering a woman is just about looks or money, you are living an illusion. What really makes a woman interested in you is emotional connection. This doesn't mean you need to spill your insecurities or monologue about your feelings. On the contrary, creating emotional connection is about making her feel like you understand her on a level that few can achieve. To do this, you need to show genuine interest in what she says, and most importantly, React in a way that shows that you really care. It's not just about listening, it's about being present. When she speaks, maintain eye contact, back up things she says with intelligent questions, and never, ever devalue her feelings or experiences. When a woman feels like you truly understand her, she opens up to you in ways that go beyond the physical. And from there, the doors to a deep relationship open. Number 7. How small gestures can make a big difference. You don't need big displays of affection to impress a woman. Often, it's the small gestures that have the biggest impact. Paying attention to details, like remembering something she casually mentioned, can make you stand out from most men who only think about themselves. Sending a good morning message or asking how her day was shows that you're paying attention. But don't confuse this with being clingy. There's a fine line between showing interest and appearing desperate. The key is to show that you care without seeming like you're doing it just to get something in return. Simple gestures, like opening the door or complimenting something specific she's wearing, are clear signs that you know how to value a woman without being cliché. Number 8. Avoid common mistakes that turn women away. Now let's talk about what not to do, because honestly, many men are masters at sabotaging their own chances. The most common mistake is trying to impress her with material things or exaggerated stories. Women are not stupid. They notice when you're pretending to be something you're not. Another mistake is appearing desperate, whether by texting her incessantly or acting like she's your last hope. Nobody likes someone who seems to have no options or self-worth. Also, never be rude or disrespectful, even if you think it's just a joke. Offensive comments or inappropriate jokes are a shot in the foot. Finally, stop looking for approval all the time. Be confident in who you are and what you have to offer. If she doesn't like it, be patient. There are many other women who go. Number 9. How to be authentic and irresistible at the same time. Have you ever heard that authenticity is attractive? This is more than a cliché. It is a universal truth. Most men make the mistake of trying to be someone they are not to please a woman. But what really attracts them is a man who is comfortable in his own skin. This doesn't mean you should ignore your flaws or refuse to grow. It means you must embrace who you are while working to be a better version of yourself. Be clear about what you want and don't be afraid to express your opinions, even if they differ from hers. Authenticity is irresistible because it shows confidence and a strong personality. Remember, it's better to be rejected for being who you are than accepted for pretending to be someone you're not. Number 10. Techniques to transform any conversation into a remarkable experience. You know that guy who seems to have a natural gift for talking to anyone and leaving a lasting impression? He wasn't born like this. He learned techniques that you can learn too. The secret is to make the other person feel like they are having a unique experience when talking to you. This starts with your energy. When you're excited and engaged in the conversation, she'll sense it and respond in kind. Use stories to illustrate points, but keep them short and interesting. Show genuine curiosity about her, but avoid generic questions like, "What do you do?" Instead, ask questions that challenge her to think or show that you have an eye for detail. For example, if she mentioned that she likes to travel, ask her what was the most unexpected place she visited. Small changes in the way you conduct a conversation can turn it into something unforgettable. Let's continue with the video, but first, if you've made it this far, my love, comment below with the word 100% or something similar to let you know, to confirm that you've learned from the video so far. For more interesting topics, subscribe to the channel, like the video, and share it later. The secret behind female behavior revealed. Have you ever felt lost trying to understand women? That feeling that, no matter how hard you try, it always seems like they're speaking a language you don't understand? Well, let me start with an important warning. You have been living in the dark, but that ends now. Before we start, do the essential thing. Like this video and subscribe to the channel. This way, you guarantee that you will continue to receive content that can transform your view of women and, most importantly, yourself. The truth is that most men make the same mistake over and over again. They try to impress, please, flatter, while completely ignoring the rules of the game. Women are not indecipherable enigmas, and their behavior follows a clear logic, as long as you know how to see it. Today, we're going to uncover what's behind their attitudes and reveal what really matters to them. So pay attention, because there is no room for excuses or ignorance here. Number 1. What women really value in a man. Do you think women only care about looks, money, or status? That's what you were led to believe, and that's why you've failed. Of course, these factors may attract attention at first, but what really matters to them is the quality that is behind it all. Leadership. I'm not talking about being a tyrant or controlling. I'm talking about the ability to make decisions, to stand firm in your convictions and to convey security. A man who knows what he wants, who has purpose and isn't seeking validation with every step he takes, is automatically more attractive. Do you know what they despise? Emotional weakness, indecision, and lack of confidence. So, if you have the habit of asking her what you should do at each moment, stop now. Show that you are capable of guiding the situation and that your presence is something she can respect, not something she pities. Respect is the foundation of attraction, and without it, you're out of the game before you even start. Number 2, how to understand the female emotional game. Here's a fact you need to accept. Women operate on a much more complex emotional plane than you realize. There is no point in trying to approach everything logically and expecting it to work. They are not interested in quick fixes or direct answers. What they want is for you to understand what's behind their emotions. This means that sometimes you will have to listen to what is not being said. When a woman looks angry but says, "It's nothing," you know it's something, and that something matters to her. Women's emotional game is a mix of subtleties, tests, and displays of vulnerability, and if you can't handle it, you're doomed to be discarded. It's not about being a psychologist, but about learning to interpret the clues it gives you. If you're the kind of guy who ignores these nuances, thinking she should be more direct, it's time to change your approach. Women want someone who can connect with them emotionally, and that starts with your ability to read what they are trying to convey. Number 3, why emotional security is more attractive than physical beauty. Do you spend hours at the gym trying to get stronger or look for ways to look better, thinking that this is enough to attract women? The truth is, while your appearance may turn heads, it won't hold attention for long if you don't have something else to offer. And what they seek most is emotional security. This means you need to be a man she can admire, trust, and lean on, especially in difficult times. A beautiful body is no substitute for a resilient mind or a firm character. If you're the kind of man who panics when faced with challenges or who reacts explosively to difficult situations, you're not just losing points. It's basically taking away any chance of true connection. Work on your emotional stability, learn to deal with life's ups and downs, and show that you are capable of remaining calm under pressure. This is what differentiates the men they consider for something serious from those who are discarded after one night. Number 4, the importance of timing in interactions. Did you know that even the best approach can fail miserably if done at the wrong time? Timing is everything when it comes to interactions with women. And here's what you need to understand. Timing is not about convenience for you. It's about context sensitivity. Men often ruin their chances because they don't know how to wait or they move in too quickly. Whether it's time to start a conversation, ask a more intimate question, or take a step forward in the relationship, it's essential to read the situation and act at the right pace. This doesn't mean you should be passive or hesitant, but it does mean you need to observe how she responds at each step. Moving forward with the right timing is what separates the confident men from the desperate ones. If she's not ready, don't force it. If she shows that she is comfortable, don't hesitate. The balance between these two extremes is what creates natural connections and avoids unnecessary rejection. Number 5, how to identify and use the subtleties of flirting to your advantage. Flirting is an art, and for many men, it's a minefield. They can't identify the subtleties that are right in front of them, and, even worse, they don't know how to respond effectively. Women are masters at using small gestures to show interest. A light touch, a long smile, or even a provocative joke. The problem is that most of the time, you're so distracted trying to impress that you completely miss these signals. If you want to be successful, start by paying attention. When she jokes about something you said, don't defend yourself. Tease back. If she touches you casually, reciprocate with confidence. Flirting is a game of exchange, and whoever masters this dynamic always has the advantage. But be careful. Don't be excessive or forced. The secret is to maintain a balance between being engaging and leaving space for her to actively participate. This not only makes the interaction more interesting, but it also demonstrates that you are in control without seeming desperate. Number 6, the small details that show genuine interest. Men often make the mistake of thinking they need grand gestures to impress a woman. But the truth is that it's the small details that make all the difference. Paying attention to what she says and showing that you remember is a sign of genuine interest. If she mentions that she likes a specific author or type of music, using that information in a future conversation shows that you've heard her and care about what she likes. Plus, simple actions like asking if she got home okay or noticing a change in her hair or clothing show that you're paying attention. This may seem basic, but it's these little things that make you stand out from the crowd. The key here is to be authentic. Do not force these gestures. If it's something you do to earn points, she will notice and the effect will be the opposite. Genuine interest is what separates men who just try from those who actually achieve. Number 7. Why respecting a woman's space makes you more desirable. One of the biggest mistakes men make is thinking they need to always be present, always sending messages, always trying to fill the silence. Not only is this tiring for her, it's suffocating. Respecting a woman's space means understanding that she has a life beyond you and that this is a positive thing, not a threat. When you give her space, you allow her to miss you and want to be with you. What's more, respecting her space shows that you have confidence in yourself and that you're not desperate for attention. Women value this because it demonstrates maturity and independence. But be careful. Respecting her space does not mean ignoring her or appearing indifferent. It's about finding a balance, showing interest without seeming obsessive. This skill is what differentiates the men women want from the men they avoid. Number 8. The impact of humor in building attraction. Did you know that humor is one of the most powerful weapons you have in the game of seduction? That's because laughing together creates an almost immediate emotional connection. But here's a warning. Don't try to be the class clown. Compelling humor is one that is natural and spontaneous, not rehearsed or forced. Women are attracted to men who can make them laugh because it demonstrates intelligence, creativity, and a positive outlook on life. Furthermore, humor has the power to relieve tension and create a lighter, more comfortable environment. Just be careful not to cross the line between being funny and being childish. Excessively silly or offensive jokes can ruin your chances. Use humor as a tool to engage, but remain respectful and classy. When used correctly, humor not only breaks the ice, but also makes her associate your presence with pleasant and memorable moments. Number 9. How to create a comfortable and natural environment for getting close. No woman feels attracted to an environment that makes her feel uncomfortable or pressured. Therefore, one of the most important steps in the game of seduction is to create a space where she feels comfortable being herself. This starts with how you approach the interaction. Be relaxed, authentic, and avoid appearing like you are in a rush to achieve something. Show that you value the moment and that you are interested in her person, not just in fulfilling a goal. A comfortable environment also includes respecting limits and being sensitive to the signals she gives. If she is withdrawn, give it time. If she's excited, keep up with her pace. Naturalness is the basis for any true connection. Stop thinking that you need to be the perfect guy and focus on being a genuine, present, and interested man. This will make her lower her guard and feel more open to really getting to know you. Number 10. The difference between insistence and persistence in the game of seduction. Here's a crucial lesson that many men simply don't understand. Insistence and persistence are completely different things, and confusing the two can ruin any chance you have. Persistence is the ability to show interest in a respectful and constant way, without being invasive. It's about demonstrating that you are willing to invest time and energy, but always respecting her limits. Insistence is that annoying, desperate attitude that makes you seem needy and obsessed. Insisting is ignoring signs of disinterest or pushing her limits, thinking that if you are persistent enough, she will give in. Nothing could be further from the truth. Women respect and admire a man who knows when it's time to back off. Persistence is attractive because it shows determination and confidence. Insistence is repellent because it demonstrates desperation and cluelessness. Knowing the difference between these two attitudes is what separates men who conquer from those who are avoided at all costs. Let's continue with the video, but first, if you've made it this far, my love, comment below with the word 100% or something similar to let you know, to confirm that you've learned from the video so far. For more interesting topics, subscribe to the channel, like the video, and share it later. How to turn any interaction into a success with women. Let's be honest. Most men fail in interactions with women because they don't know what they're doing. It's not about luck, looks, or money. It's about strategy, skill, and, above all, understanding. If you got here, you are willing to learn. So, before you start, do the basics. Like this video and subscribe to the channel. This is not just a request, it is an exchange. You learn to transform your interactions and, in turn, help this channel grow and reach more men who need to hear these truths. Now, let's get down to business. Turning an interaction into a success is not magic. It's science. There are specific behaviors that separate successful men from those who consistently fail. And the best? You can learn and apply these behaviors immediately. Let's break down exactly what you need to do to never waste an opportunity with a woman again. Number 1. The right questions to start meaningful conversations. Questions are the foundation of any conversation, but if you're using the wrong ones, you're sabotaging your chances before they even begin. Forget generic questions like, "What do you do?" or "Where are you from?" Not only does this sound boring, it shows that you are not creative. The secret is to ask questions that make her think and that demonstrate genuine interest. For example, what's the most exciting thing that's happened to you recently? Or, if you could be anywhere in the world right now, where would it be? Questions like this open doors to deeper conversations and show that you are different from the other men she meets. Most importantly, avoid turning the conversation into an interrogation. Follow up her responses with interesting comments and share something about yourself too. This creates a natural flow and turns the interaction into something pleasurable for both. Number 2, the power of body language to create attraction. Before you even say the first word, your body language is already communicating something. And the question is, what are you saying without realizing it? If you're slouching, looking at the floor, or constantly moving your hands nervously, the message is clear: lack of confidence. On the other hand, a firm posture, relaxed shoulders, and eye contact demonstrate confidence and presence. And do you know what the trick is? Subtly mirror her body language. This creates a subconscious feeling of connection and comfort. But be careful. This needs to be done naturally. Overdoing this aspect makes you look fake or weird. Body language is your best ally to create attraction without having to say anything. Practice being present, maintaining direct eye contact, and using firm, controlled gestures. When your body language conveys confidence, half the work is already done. Number 3, why active listening puts you ahead of other men. You may think you're listening when you talk to a woman, but if your mind is busy thinking about what to say next or what she might be thinking about you, you're not really listening. Active listening is a skill that few men have, and that's what makes them so sought after. When you actively listen, you not only absorb what she is saying, but you also respond in a way that shows you understand. This could be as simple as rephrasing something she said or asking a question that delves deeper into the topic. Furthermore, women value men who know how to listen because it shows respect and empathy, qualities that are rare in today's world. While other men are worried about looking interesting, you stand out by showing that you care. And that difference, my friend, is what makes her remember you. Number 4, how to demonstrate value without seeming arrogant. If there is a fine line in the game of seduction, it is the one that separates confidence from arrogance. Demonstrating value is not about bragging or trying to impress. It's about letting your actions speak for themselves. For example, instead of saying you're successful, show it by telling a story about something interesting you've done or achieved. Another powerful way to demonstrate value is to be generous with your time and attention, but only to those who deserve it. That includes her. When you set clear standards and live by them, you automatically stand out as a man of high value. And here's the key. Always maintain humility. Acknowledge your flaws and show that you are constantly working to be a better version of yourself. This not only makes an impression, but also creates a more genuine connection. Number 5, the art of giving compliments that leave a woman impressed. Compliments are powerful weapons, but only if used correctly. The problem is that most men use them in a generic and predictable way. Saying "you're beautiful" or "I like your smile" is something she probably hears all the time. Do you really want to impress her? Praise something specific that shows you are paying attention. For example, "I love how you talk about" some of her interests. "I can see how much it means to you." This type of compliment is unique because it's personal and shows that you're looking beyond the surface. Also, dole out compliments sparingly. If you overdo it, you'll look fake or desperate. Use compliments as a seasoning in the interaction, not as the main dish. And when you do it right, you'll notice that she not only values what you said, but also starts paying more attention to you. Number 6, how to identify limits without damaging the connection. A fatal mistake that many men make is exceeding limits without realizing it, whether through insistence, carelessness, or lack of sensitivity. Knowing how to identify and respect these limits is crucial to building a true connection and avoiding pushing a woman away. Limits are subtle, but noticeable when you are aware. If she changes the tone of the conversation, looks away, or pauses for long periods of time, it could be indicating discomfort. The key is to notice these clues and adjust your approach subtly. Asking directly, respectfully can also help. "Is it okay for you to keep talking about this?" Demonstrates consideration. Respecting limits does not mean retreating completely. It's about finding a balance, showing that you care and are willing to build the connection at the right pace. When a woman feels that you value her space and her decisions, she will open up more and trust you. Number 7, why charisma is more important than social status. How many times have you seen men with status, money, or enviable looks lose ground to seemingly normal guys? This happens because, at the end of the day, what really attracts a woman is charisma. Charisma cannot be bought or faked. It's something that comes from your energy, confidence, and ability to make people feel good around you. A charismatic man is one who knows how to tell interesting stories, listen carefully, and bring lightness to any situation. He has presence, knows when to be serious and when to joke, and, above all, he doesn't need external approval to feel complete. Work on developing your charisma instead of trying to impress with superficial things. When you are charismatic, it doesn't matter what your social status is. People naturally gravitate towards you. Number 8, the role of authenticity in female achievement. If you believe that you need to create a perfect version of yourself to win over a woman, you are sabotaging your chances. Women sense when you're trying to be something you're not, and it creates instant distrust. Authenticity is one of the most attractive qualities a man can have. It's being who you are, with your qualities and imperfections, without fear of being judged. This doesn't mean you should settle down and stop evolving. On the contrary, being authentic is about acknowledging your flaws and working to be a better version of yourself. When you're genuine, you create a truer, deeper connection because she feels like she's interacting with a real man, not a facade. Stop trying to please everyone and start attracting the right people by being yourself. Number 9, how to deal with rejections in a mature and attractive way. Rejection is part of the game, but how you react to it defines the type of man you are. Unfortunately, many men go into defensive mode, lash out, or become insecure when faced with no. Not only is this immature, it destroys any future chances. Dealing with rejection maturely is simple. Accept, respect, and move on without resentment. A confident man understands that a no is not about him as a person, but about the moment or circumstances. When you accept rejection with grace and stand your ground, you demonstrate emotional strength and self-reliance, which are extremely attractive qualities. What's more, reacting well to rejection can often make a woman reconsider her decision. Show that you don't depend on anyone's approval to feel good about yourself, and you will be remembered as someone different from everyone else. Number 10, turn female curiosity into a powerful attraction tool. Curiosity is one of the most powerful emotions you can awaken in a woman. When she feels there is something intriguing about you, something she can't fully understand, you become irresistible. But how to create this feeling? Be a little mysterious. Don't reveal everything about yourself at once. Instead of answering every question directly, leave room for her to ask more. Share interesting stories and details about your life, but always keep something open-ended. Additionally, show that you have passions and interests that go beyond her. This not only sparks curiosity, but also respect, because she realizes that you have a rich and full life. Turning female curiosity into attraction is about being a man she wants to discover, not someone she feels like she already completely understands. And, my friend, when you achieve this, the game changes completely in your favor. These 10 points are your foundation for turning any interaction into an absolute success. Now, it all depends on you. Put these strategies into practice, and you will see how the dynamics begin to change in your favor. Before leaving, leave your like, subscribe to the channel, and share this content with your friends. They too deserve to learn what you just discovered. Remember, being successful with women is not about tricks or manipulation. It's about becoming the kind of man they naturally want. Work on it and reap the results.